Yo, what is up? I am back, and this is the $200 flagship Epomaker Inductive keyboard, and I paired it with, as you can see, yellow keycaps from a set of Cerakey Keycaps. These are ceramic keycaps. These are $135. These are not cheap. While I read out the specs to you, I will show you the unbox video I made earlier so you can see what it looks like out of the box in the stock configuration. Now, of course, this is an Epomaker flagship keyboard. This is called the Magcore 87. This is an all aluminum keyboard that weighs 2 kilos. Of course, this is a TKL configuration. It does come with ANSI US layout. It's powered by Type-C USB-C. It's of course Mac and Windows compatible. As I mentioned, this is of course all aluminum keyboard. This is gasket mounted, but if I'm being honest with you, I'm demonstrating to you how much bouncy effect we're getting out of the gasket mount keyboard itself. It's not very bouncy. In fact, it is pretty stiff, if I'm being honest. So it's still not a completely stiff keyboard, but it is gasket mounted. It uses an FR4 plate, cherry profile keycaps, but these are not the original keycaps. Of course, original keycaps are black with the blue accent, transparent blue keycaps. You also have the stock white on black keycaps if you want to, completely abandon the gamery look and adopt a more traditional looking colorway, which I prefer in my opinion. But right now I have this in this yellow ceramic keycap, so it's pretty cool. Again, this is inductive technology. Of course, for all intents and purposes, the inductive switch technology and Hall effect are literally the same thing. Apparently, inductive switches save more energy because Hall effect keyboards or switches uses the they use a sensor for each switch, and my understanding is that inductive switch technology, they use less energy because instead of using individual sensors for each switch, they use just a handful of switches that detect all the movements of each individual keys. So that's pretty interesting, but I cannot tell the difference between this and Hall effect technology. This is as you can see, it has RGB. RGB is actually pretty good, even though I have very bright overhead key lights on top. You can clearly see this RGB. It is a very bright RGB. This RGB there's nothing better than this that I have tested out so far. This is also 8000 Hz polling rate with a 32,000 kilohertz scan rate, and that is pretty good. It is the highest that I have come across in terms of numbers so far. But I want to give you a sound test, which is the last thing that I want to show you. Of course, we'll do the sound test with the stock configuration from the unbox video, and after that I will show you the sound test with the ceramic keycaps on this configuration. So let's cut to that video and check out the sound test. Okay, we are back. So that was the stock sound test. Now this is with the ceramic keycaps. So that's what the Epomaker Magcore 87 sounds like with the ceramic keycaps from Cerakey. This is the Cerakey V2 yellow color, incredible sound. Now for the last bit, let's check out the software. This is of course a VIA compatible or VIA compatible, which means it has a web UI, but you can also download the Epomaker Magcore web or UI that is downloadable, and this is what it looks like. Basically traditional keyboard configurator for your rapid trigger modes and your sensitivity, your adjustable actuation. You also have some SOCD setting that you can set, which I have done already, but other than that, it is basically the same HE keyboard that you get. Very easy to configure, very easy to use. There's nothing really special about it, but it does check all the boxes for functionality and works pretty well. Anyway, that is the Magcore 87. Let me spin it around and turn it around. Let you show you the bottom. Just complete metal with the Epomaker debossed on the bottom of the plate. 2 kilo keyboard, 2 kgs, pretty heavy keyboard. Very interesting sound, very interesting RGB because it's so bright. And also if you take a look at the keycaps or the switches, I wanted to show you the difference between an inductive switch and a magnetic switch. This here is the magnetic switch, a new one from Drunk Deer with a closed back. Some have open backs, some have closed backs, but they almost never have the magnets protrude beyond the switch itself. But on the inductive keycap, you can clearly see there is a spike there that actually goes through the switch and down into the PCB where it will detect the movement of the switch. So very interesting technology. In my opinion, it's not much different to a Hall effect keyboard or Hall effect switch, but it is different and supposedly uses less energy because of that. Anyway, that's my video for today. Hope you enjoyed this video and took some useful information for the Epomaker Magcore 87, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.